Oh my God. Okay. Right. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Charity People's monthly live chat across LinkedIn and YouTube. Thanks so much for joining Tiku and I today. We're really excited to be talking to you about mentoring, and we've got some exciting news about a new mentoring network, which we are launching today. So yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Philippa Randle. I work closely with Tiku on the board and leadership team here at Charity People. I look after senior fundraising and engagement roles. And Tiku?
Hi, I'm Tiku, and I look after CEO and trustee recruitment here in the board and leadership team. Welcome.
Great, thanks, Tiku. So it's a bit weird doing this because we can't see any of you. So do say hello in the comments box. Say hello, introduce yourself, and also feel free to ask us any questions that come up as we're chatting about mentoring. So, Tiku, let's get started. I know mentoring is a big passion for you, and I wanted to ask, why are we launching the mentoring network?
Yeah, absolutely. So look, the idea of setting up this mentoring scheme came about through conversations I had with my network in my very early days here at Charity People. And everybody agreed, how powerful mentoring and being mentored can be. So let me just give you a little bit more context. Talking to trustees and CEOs and directors of charities, I learned a lot about the challenges they face, both as a business, but also personally. And it really opened my eyes to just how tough it is. The sector has been faced with massive funding cuts, with the pandemic. They've seen income from fundraising drop, having to make really difficult decisions on staffing levels while still providing, the same level of service to their clients and end users. In many cases, the demand for services charities provide has increased because of the pandemic. So, often CEOs can't share a lot of their concerns with the board because effectively the board is their employer. So, it can be really quite lonely when the buck stops with you. So to have a mentor who, is going to listen to you, support you, guide you, to have that sounding board, can really help to alleviate a lot of those anxieties. So the need to kind of be supported in our work has actually never been so crucial. So that is one of the big main reasons why we wanted to pilot this scheme. Secondly, was to kind of give our aspiring CEOs the help and support they need, in order to achieve their ambitions. We need to bring people up through the ranks. I know of many directors who are ready to step up and lead a charity. They've been applying for positions, got to final interview stage, but, they've been pipped to the post by an experienced CEO. And, these knockbacks can be, really quite hard as you invest so much time and energy in the application and interview process. The key is to keep going and not let that dreaded imposter syndrome set in. So to have a mentor, who's there to support you, who is actually even not from the same organization as yours, who's not judgmental, who's non-biased, can be really, really invaluable. And then lastly, but not least, EDI is at the heart of everything we do here at Charity People. We recognise that the charity sector has a fair amount of work to do to become more representative of the communities they serve. The diversity stats are actually quite depressing, and there's a long way to go to get parity. So we would really encourage applications from all diverse groups. So these are the three main reasons why I floated the idea of setting up this mentoring network with Nick, our MD, with Amelia and Ellen in our regional office, and obviously you, Phils. And then the rest, as they say, is history. But one thing that I do want to add is that this is not a commercial venture on Charity People's part. We are not generating any revenue from this scheme. Equally, our mentors are doing this pro bono, which is just wonderful, and I'm so thankful for that. And I'm really excited for our future mentees. So I can't wait for the scheme to get started.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Tiku. So tell me a little bit more about who can apply for a mentor as part of this network.
Yeah, so I think to begin with, the scheme will be open to new CEOs. So effectively, this would be their first role as a CEO, and they will have been in their post for, say, less than 2 years. And then we're really keen to also open up the scheme to aspiring CEOs. So, in terms of obviously aspiring CEOs, we're looking at them being perhaps at that level where their next role would be that to be a CEO or to lead a charity. So currently they may be in a sort of leadership position, in their charity, and would be looking to step up. So those are the two groups that we would open this up to initially.
Okay, brilliant. So aspiring CEOs and new CEOs, essentially.
Yes.
That's great. Thanks, Tiku. And so who's going to be mentoring them? Can you give us a little bit more insight into our mentors and maybe try to flesh out a little bit more about the scheme? How long is it? What time commitment is there going to be for people who want to get involved?
Absolutely. So I'm really excited, about who our mentors are. And, I was just absolutely bowled over by their generosity, when I was initially speaking to them. So it's fair to say that they are experienced leaders. They've got a track record of growing their organization. And they also have a very deep understanding of the charity sector. So, without trying to give too much away, they are incredible people. They're giving their time for free. The scheme is going to be over 6 months of mentoring. So, a large chunk. Initially, we would anticipate the mentors and mentees to meet twice a month for an hour for 2 months. So the first 2 months, it's going to be every 2 weeks, and then from then on, it'll be an hour a month. In terms of the time commitment that they would need to make, and also for the mentors to give. So it's a fairly meaty scheme, if you like, and like I said, the thing that I was so bowled over by was just everybody's passion and commitment, to the cause of mentoring. So I'm really super excited.
Yeah, great. And are you envisaging people meeting in person now Boris has changed the rules, or online, or is that really going to be up to the mentor pairs?
Do you know what? It's entirely how they wish to sort of, run this. It's fair to say that, we're trying to make the scheme to be as easy as possible for everybody. I don't, want it to be a sort of bureaucratic thing. I don't want it to be, full of fuss and, all of that. It's a mentoring scheme. And, that's kind of what it is. There isn't much kind of fuss around it. But, we're not going to be policing it. It really is up to the mentors and mentees, how they want to structure their time, how they want to meet, how they, because everybody's different, and how to get the best out of you is different for everybody. So, yeah, we will leave that to the pair to decide.
Great, thanks, Tiku. So most importantly, how do people apply to be part of this scheme, and is there a deadline?
Yes, yes and yes. So I believe I wrote a blog which is now live on our website. So if you go to www.charitypeople.co.uk, and then go to the content hub. It should be there. And then at the bottom of the blog is an online application form. So yeah, that's where to go. I believe we will be having various social media posts and stuff like that. So the application form link might be on there as well. In terms of the deadline, so we are really looking to get the mentors and mentees matched and agreed, and the scheme to sort of, for them to start meeting each other by the first week of February. So working back, ideally, we would like to have the application forms back by closing deadlines the 27th, basically, of January.
27th of January.
Yeah, a week from today.
Okay,
yeah,
so
I know it's flying by.
A week to apply, and really, kind of at this stage, it's a pilot scheme. So we'd suggest people apply as quickly as they can, really, as we have limited places this time, don't we?
Absolutely, yes. So we have, to begin with, we've got 10 spaces. You know, and again, don't feel, oh my God, I'm not going to get in because there's only 10 spaces. Please apply, because, you know, this is something that we are, you know, really behind. We really want it to work for everybody, and it will just give us, you know, that sort of oomph needed to go out and, you know, source more mentors. So apply away. You know, we will at some point hopefully have enough mentors for everybody.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, Tiku. So yeah, if you're interested, go to the website now. It's charitypeople.co.uk. You can also follow us on LinkedIn if you've just joined and missed any of our chats. Follow us on LinkedIn or subscribe to our YouTube channel. There'll be this and other content there now, and lots more kind of as we get into the year. And remember, to apply, you need to click on the content hub on our website, and there'll be all the details and information there for you. So I'm sure if you want to have a chat with Tiku, she'll be available as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Feel free to drop me an email. I'm Tiku, Tiku, at charitypeople.co.uk.
Brilliant. So I think we don't have any questions.
Well, it must be really clear then, which is great.
So that's great. Hopefully, kind of, we will get lots of interest in the scheme, and we can make some great partnerships and get some more people, diverse people, into leadership roles in the sector.
Absolutely, absolutely. And like I said, you know, any questions, do feel to drop me an email or you know, link in with me on LinkedIn.
Brilliant.